Hey everyone, welcome to the Daley Doodle, and in this edition we're going to be doing YouTube channel art in Photoshop in under 10 minutes. So without any further ado, let's start the clock. Okay, so I'm going to jump into Photoshop here. Now I have created, if I've got a file open, desktop, I have created a pre-made document here that you can actually download if you view below the video here. This is breaking down the entirety really of the channel art. So, you know, essentially you want to keep everything within desktop minimum and mobile, and we'll go through that in a little bit. But this will cover all areas that you need to design to. So if you don't have this, you will be designing to a size of 2560 by 1440. So you go to File, New, and then change this 2560 1440 and press Create. But I'm going to be using this here. So we're going to go through three techniques today. The first one is we're going to add an image of a person. So I have downloaded an image from Unsplash, which is a great website to get free stock photos. So I'm just going to open this image here, and what I'm going to do now is show you a few of the cutting techniques that we can use to cut out this woman. So there's a few in the Photoshop itinerary. The first one I'm going to show you is Magic Wand. So this is where you can kind of, if I right click this, layer to background, okay, this is where now you can click sections of the image, and if you backspace, you will remove them, and you'll see this checkered area behind. That is a transparent layer then. So you can see I can slowly work around this image, removing bits as I go. And if I want to increase the amount that I pull, I can increase the tolerance and click as I go. The second one then is using the pen tool. Come over to this side here and click there. Now with the pen tool, so I'm going to zoom in here using Command and plus. What you do with the pen tool is you get a lot more control. So if I click and then click and drag, you can see now I can start to draw around this image and cut out the area that I need. And if I hold Alt before I release this cut, I can then dictate where the next curve goes as well. So as you can see, I can very quickly cut this out in this way. And there we go. I've created this section now. If I go to Selection, press OK, I've selected this, and then if I backspace, then I can remove that from the area. So the final thing then you can use, and there's other tools, but I'll just show you this, is the eraser tool. If I right click, select eraser, I've got my controls up here for size and different types of brushes. But essentially this gives me a way to freeform and freehand delete things from the image as well. So let's very quickly cut the rest of this out, and I'm going to do this very quickly because time is against me. And cut that there and around there. So there we go. I'm going to cut that out. Selection, okay, backspace. And then what I could do then, let's use the pen tool here again. If I just backspace that. There we go. And again, like I said, you know, you guys will take a lot more time than I am, but I just want to show you a few of these techniques. Selection there, okay. And remove. And then finally then what I can do is maybe touch this up then with the eraser tool. So just get rid of a few of these bits here. And again, like I said, I'm doing this very quickly. You will take a lot more time. Oh. There we go. You will take a lot more time than I have. And I would highly recommend the pen tool for this because I think you just get the most control. But you can use anything you want. Okay, we've got our layer here. So we're going to use selection. We're going to drag this now into this here. You see now that's really large. So I'm using Command minus to zoom out. And you can see now I've created a layer here. What I can do with the selection is if I hold Shift and Alt, I can make this smaller by dragging. And then if I press If I click and drag it, I can bring it to the area that I want. So I'm going to try and get her face within the area of the desktop minimum mobile, and then click there. Okay, so we have our person. That's step one, using the cutting tools. Next step, now I'm going to add a background. Let's go to File, Open, and I've again got a pre-made background that I've downloaded from Unsplash. If I press Command A and Command C, I can copy that now and drag into channel, and there we go. I've got my image there. Now, at the moment, this layer is in front of the woman, so I'm going to drag it there. I'm using Command and minus to zoom out, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to resize this using the Alt and Shift hold until I'm happy with it. Let's bring that to, let's get a bit more of that sunset in there. And there we go. Press Enter. I've got my second area, and then the last bit I'm going to do then is I'm going to add some text to this. So come to the text tool here. I've got two options. I can click and drag to create a box, or I can simply just click the T tool. So I'm going to select the white color here. If I double click this, I can select any color I want. I'm just going to use white, and we'll just call it Travels with Tanya. If I press the A tool here, which is my character, I have a variety of different options, including fonts, including size, you know, kind of whatever I want to use really. So maybe if I change this to Pacifico, maybe bring that there. I can also click and drag this to make it smaller. So I said maybe bring this here. Travels with Tanya. And then finally then, if I press Enter, I'm happy with that. I can also add a little section under here. So I press the T tool here, and then maybe say something like new videos every Tuesday. I'm going to select all that with the Type tool, select a font that's a little easier to read, something like that. And like I said, I'm dragging the T tool now. And there we go, maybe put that there. Every Tuesday. And then finally then, maybe if I just want to bring a little of this up, if I right click this layer, go to blending options, and I'm going to go to outer glow, and you can see I can maybe just bring out a little more of Tanya here as I've named her, not sure what her actual name is. Click OK. I've got plenty of options here, drop shadow, color overlays, so there's loads of kind of options you can play with here. Press OK. And then maybe on the Travels with Tanya, blend in options, and then maybe I could add a stroke to this. So change the color of that to a black, change that to the center, or maybe even outside. There we go. And make that a little bigger. Press OK. And there we go. So you can see now, let's zoom out a little bit. This has been designed now to the whole entirety of YouTube. So if you view this on TV, if you view this on tablet, on desktop, you'll have a complete image, but the core information is in here. And that's what I would recommend, really. You have an image of yourself that could be a part of a bigger background image, or as I've done, I've shown you how to cut something into another background image. And then using the text tools, then I would just have your channel name, maybe a tagline of what you do, and then potentially then letting your audience know new videos every Tuesday, or whenever you post. And then finally then all you have to do is save that. So if you go to Save As, take this to the desktop, you're going to save it as a JPEG, call it whatever you want, channel header new, and then press Save. Okay, and then if I come to the desktop, and then I've got my header there, Travels with Tanya. And that, my friends, is time. So I hope that give you a very simple insight into how you can create very simple graphics with Photoshop. Keep YouTube channel header is very simple. Have your face, a nice background or a color, and then simply just the name and a description, a very quick description of what you do. And I hope you enjoyed that. As I said, if you go below, you can download this pre-made Photoshop document to use at your own accord. And obviously, if you don't have Photoshop, you can get the trial version from the adobe.com website. So thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you in the next tutorial.